Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and we just got off a rather long live, and there are two different things that I'm going to put content out about real quick. This is the first one, and then I'll make another video for the second one, so that way they're still compartmentalized from one another. But there were two interesting pieces of information that we found out during the middle of that live, and I will be posting our TikTok lives over onto YouTube. I have been kind of lax in that, but funny thing is, the day that I was trying to do it, it shut down on me. So there's that. But so the first one is very, very critical. So everyone has tried to say, including Miss Chip Jib, that what Dee did was find out the symptoms of the chromosome disorder, and then she would use those symptoms to enhance them for profit, gain, financial fraud, medical child abuse, whatever the heck you want to say it. Okay, there's lots of different things that everyone says. But what I want you to understand is something like this. So, the reason that they didn't know what actual chromosome disorder was causing Gypsy's issues and why they were looking at things like cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, all the different things that they had thought of and did tests for, is because they were at all times trying to identify what chromosome deletion she had. But herein lies the rub. The first case of 1q21.1 microdeletion syndrome was identified in 2008. This rare chromosomal change was discovered by Metford et al. While screening patients with developmental delays, autism, or congenital anomalies. It is a deletion of about 1.35 million base pairs in the Q21 region of chromosome 1. But here's the thing with that. So they're saying, and on average, it is about 1.35 million base, right? Gypsy has a 2.74 million base. Do you see the difference? 1.35 to 2.74 is a significant difference and would lend to the reason why she has all the problems, even though she wants to say that she's 75% of the people that don't show symptoms, even though that's not a statistic anywhere. Hey, Gyps, if you have statistics like that, could you please post the study so that we can look at it? I'd really love to know about it. Because so far, I've never seen that statistic anywhere in any of the research that we've done on this actual chromosome disorder. And it's extensive. So just would like to see that. But this clears up why they didn't know what it was. Why Dee might have thought that her child was going to die young. Why Dee was making sure that all of her health problems were taken care of, but she might have been ignoring the mental health components, thinking that how can she even be upset with her child for these outbursts or anything when she's going through so much already. And I think that Dee realized in the end she made a critical and grave error. But in 2008, when it was discovered, that's why in 2011, they were finally able to run a test and give confirmation of what she had. And they tested Dee, despite what she told Kale Lowry. We have that in the records. It obviously looks like genetic markers for it come from Rod's side of the family based on facial features of the family and things that I know about the ancestry there, such as his grandmother looks exactly like Gypsy in the face and had the high cleft with the squeaky voice. She was about 4'11". You picking up what I'm laying down here, folks? So at all times, Dee and the doctors were actively trying to figure out what was wrong. 2008, they discovered it. 2011, they identified it. In 2011, so many catalyst things happened She tried to run away with Dan. She tried to unalive her mother with a pew pew that she now claims she didn't know, that she knew was a BB pew pew and not a regular pew pew, except that every other time you've talked about the pew pew incident, you said you didn't know that it was. And you even put in your book that you weren't trying to hurt your mom. You just wanted to get her attention or some shit. I call bullshit on that. But it's really interesting to me that the new messages that came out from Aaliyah through the new FOIA requests that are being granted, that we've now learned she had knowledge of it. She was angry about it. She freaking messaged Rod and did all of that in 2011. That's when that stuff happened. She ran away. She shot her mama with a pew pew. All that happened in 2011 after they identified that there was a legitimate reason for all of Gypsy's medical conditions. And I do believe that at that point, they probably had a conversation, Dee and Gypsy, where she told her, hey, Gypsy, I'm sorry, baby, you're not going to be able to run off with 35-year-old Dan to some other state and live a life, honey, because that's not what's going to happen for you. You are sick. You have massive problems. And by this time, Dee knew her violent nature. She knew that what she had done was create this monster. She did not get her medical health or mental health help. She instead covered it up yet again. And I believe that we're looking at the inciting incidents for why 2015 happened. I believe, in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment educational purposes only and to bully no one, that Gypsy got this information. It very much upset her. It showed her specifically that she's not a normal person. She's not going to live a normal life. And she decided, no, I don't believe this. And based on her chromosome disorder that causes cognitive, developmental, mental health issues such as schizophrenia, autism, ADHD, you name it, bipolar disorder, all of that are linked to the chromosome disorder, along with whatever cluster B shit she had either as born or nurture versus nature. And in this case, I think it's both from everybody, including the doctors, her family, Rod, Christy, everyone, including Dee. We're looking at the results of a person who went untreated for mental health problems their entire lives. And the people that are around that person now, being Gypsy, are not doing anything to try and help her when she desperately needs help. So they are still continuing to use her as a cash cow. In fact, more so than I imagine Dee ever did. I think Dee did everything she did for her child, to give her an epic life and do all those things and take care of her sick kid. Whereas Christy, she just wants the money, 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 money. That's it. And if that's what your motivation is, Christy, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to keep on saying it. That makes you 10,000 times worse than Dee. There's a story there. Have a good one from The Good Wives. Serving up true crime. One dish at a time. Bye, guys.